Now that is what I need.
I don't want this one. My bones are too weak.
You'll be fine. Just keep your arms close and tuck your knees. Like this.
No thanks.
Wanna go on that slide with me?
Sure.
Who's up there?
Stop filming people, you creep.
What are you doing?
Looking for a shortcut.
You coming?
What a surprise. Another slide.
Okay. Whoa! God. It's finally gone.
Ugh.
Alright, ready to go?
Hey, wrong stop. Why does he always do this? Come on, grab my hand. Good luck!
doing next? You want this one? Alright. Think you'll let us go on it? I'll ask. Right, let's keep moving. Dude, we've been walking around for 6 days. Can't we just have a break? We gotta stick to the checklist. What about that one? Huh, okay. Is that a red inflatable donut? Record what you find. Now what? Hope this was a good idea. Don't want to get fired again.
Excuse me, have you guys seen my red inflatable donut, please?
Is that him? This guy's a donut. Hey, do you know where this goes?
No way, you guys actually got on that thing?
See, guys, this is a great example of how to let your team down. As team leaders, it's our responsibility to keep our friends safe by not making decisions like this. That didn't answer our question. Huh? That doesn't go anywhere. Ah!
Found my red label donut, thank you.
Finders keepers.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys following us? Can you help us off this thing now? I would, but it's not on my checklist. Say something smart. Are you okay? Hey, you can keep this. I saw your friends go that way. No way, they came after me.
Yeah?
They sure did. Follow me. screwed. You spelled totally wrong. Heads up. Just in here, just take a look. I brought you a snack. I can't breathe in here. I'm comfortable enough.
Hey, wake up.
Someone help me, please!
Take this.
Over here!
Run, quickly!
You're doing great. Hey, don't let them out of your sight. They're fast. No, wait.
Why'd you stop? They're coming!
Leave him. He's slowing you down. Over there. Where'd you go? Hello? Where are you? Yes, finally! So basically I ate cake the whole time. Wow, really? Oh, thanks. Where's this thing go anyway? We don't know. We've been out here for weeks.
After you. Guys, hear me out. 28, 29, 30. Ready or not, here I come. Where are these guys?
Gotcha.
Oh!
Ouch. Huh? I got you now. Alright, come out. I saw you. Crap.
Huh. What took you so long? You haven't played this game before, have you? Who's this guy? I'm sure he's fine.
Hey, that thing blocked off the entrance.
So another way out.
Okay, let me just get down. Whoa!
Are you okay?
My leg.
Just gonna get it. Shut up, shut up.
Get us out of here.
See anything?
All clear.
Let's do this.
What are we doing? What do you want?
Mission accomplished.
Something wrong with this wall. Oh, right there. Oh, never mind.
This guy's boring.
You guys want to go for lunch? I know the perfect place. Just over here.
it.
You come here a lot?
Yeah, just to relax and get away from things. Damn it. Oh, I think I got it. Huh.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, I've got it now.
Listening to this guy. Pretty sure he's just the janitor.
Let's just see what he has to say.
Need me to do anything?
You can just stay back there and keep the radio dry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, stop! You're alive?
Yeah, the radio's dead.
Yeah, so is Nick.
Yeah, we should have turned back. Sounds like we're in the right... Hello? Anyone here?
What is it?
I don't know.
Wait!
Hey, Michael.
You heading out to see that body too?
Yeah, we're in a bit of a rush, so...
Can I come? I'll just grab my suit and then
I don't think so. Not the last time.
I'm not gonna cry again. That's what you're talking about.
No, it's not that.
it's just the...
Is that you?
Yes?
Get back to work.
See you later, guys.
All good?
Yep, he was just showing me how to use this.
Can I take a look at that? Is this the place?
No, get back in here. Give me that.
We should probably report this to the lab.
You think? Okay, back to the lab. Sorry about that. I swear I pushed the right one.
Are we lost? Can we try that one?
Yeah. Let's just get there quick.
Is it getting hot in here?
The computer's nervous.
It wasn't helping us anyway. Look, over there. There's someone else here. What do we do? Let's get out of here.
Do you remember which one the lab was?
It was on the first row, right?
Yeah, I'll try this one. I mean, hey, this is gonna be one hell of a story movie. What the? Come on, we're leaving.
Hey, come look at this.
So, the one with the briefcase, could he still be in there? Guess I'll just fix this.
Come on, give me a hand with this.
Entry of the video is this popular photo of what's commonly associated with level 188 of the Backrooms. This seems to be a hotel or an apartment with an interior garden section, but for whatever reason, there's a ceiling above everything. Because of this, there's a huge lack of natural lighting, which causes this place to seem shadowy and dark. Aside from the overall emptiness of the picture, there's also a window from a room that shows the silhouette of two people. Initially, I thought these shadowy figures were just edited inside the picture to add another level of creepiness, but this is just a reflection of whoever took the image. With that being said, the quote-unquote Windows level of the Backrooms is actually the Holiday Inn at Terminal 4 of Heathrow Airport in London, England. Yes, this place is a hotel at an airport, and many people have showcased different angles at the hotel, and it's still pretty liminal and very strange to look at. This is one of the first popular liminal space and dreamcore photos that I remember seeing in 2020 whenever this genre of photography first went viral. Personally, this one actually gives me a big comforting feeling, and I wish I could just be there to explore this little strawberry village. Anyway, at first glance, you would think that this place of strawberry huts was once used for a children's TV set or even a location in a video game. But this place is actually a restaurant in Indonesia. The restaurant is called, and I'm gonna butcher this, so sorry for all my Indonesian people, Asib Strawberry Kadang Gora. And this place actually seems really cool, and the food seems pretty good. I'm not sure how popular this entry is, but I have seen pictures of this floating around when looking up liminal spaces. That said, this place is the Lantern of Madison Senior Living in Lake County, Ohio. At a certain point in people's lives, you may need the assistance of others because your body just can't work on its own. So that's when you get moved into a senior living center. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you feel about living your final days on Earth in a giant liminal space, many people are moved into an indoor neighborhood filled with fluorescent light skies, nature, and green carpets that resemble grass. The Lantern of Madison Senior Living is a giant liminal space, and it's very interesting to look at. this infamous picture of an empty bookstore that has the words "The End" on the wall is one of the most popular Backrooms photos. There's many different stories and myths about this picture, but unfortunately, I can't seem to pinpoint the exact location of this store. From what I know for sure, this is an abandoned Borders bookstore. Borders was a book, DVD, and coffee place, and the entire store chain would shut down in 2011 for, a variety of reasons. Anyway, there's actually many different angles of this store, but the pictures have their own differences. In this shot, which is the most popular picture of Borders, you can see the classic "The End" on a back wall. In this picture, you can see "The End is near," which means this photo was probably taken before this one. There were many Borders bookstores that would shut down, and because of this, there's a lot of abandoned locations that look the same. So if you know which one this was, be sure to comment. I'm not sure how popular this photo actually is, but I have a feeling that I've seen it in a Liminal-Space compilation before. With that said, my first clue when trying to find the location of this very uninviting liminal space was this Reddit post. The title reads, "Fun Zone, Farmingdale, New York." After watching many home videos of Fun Zone on YouTube, I can safely say that this is not Fun Zone. The actual Fun Zone in New York doesn't have an indoor train from what I could see, and the jungle gym was quite different. Something cool about the Fun Zone in New York, though, is that they actually had the Rock-afire explosion band there, which is pretty rare nowadays. Back to the origin of this image, I just reverse image searched the picture and it led me to Valley Worlds of Fun in Pleasant Valley, West Virginia. After looking through dozens of pictures of the now defunct Valley Worlds of Fun, there's no trace of the indoor train and indoor jungle gym. Along with this, Valley Worlds of Fun has these types of lights from the ceiling, while this picture shows a more thin-stripped type of light. Just when I was ready to give this entry up, I found this image in an article about a reopened amusement center in Farmingdale, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, Fun Zone got a nice remodeling, and we got him.
We got him.
Look at the top of the slides in this picture. Now if we go back to the original photo, we can see the same little archways. This tiny find was enough for me to look into @Play Amusement, the newly reopened amusement center in Farmingdale, New York. When looking at the first picture of it on Google, it's the indoor train and the indoor jungle gym. So yes, this picture was actually taken at where Fun Zone used to be, and this picture was also taken at some point of @Play Amusement's short life. Unfortunately for @Play Amusement, they didn't have a very long run, and I couldn't find any information as to why they even shut down. Anyway, on the topic of talking about liminal spaces, because that's what this video is about, here's Kylie, and she's going to talk about some.
Dead malls are definitely a subcategory of the Backrooms that I think should be more prevalent. The image we're going to be discussing the origin of is this empty arcade. We can see it contains what appears to be a gumball pinball machine, a claw machine with purple basketballs as prizes, a second claw machine, and some racing game. It was taken at Lansing Mall in Lansing, Michigan by this Reddit user. They made the original post of the image on r/deadmalls back in December 2019. Other photos of the arcade have popped up here and there on the internet. Despite being posted to r/deadmalls and looking rather solitary, the mall still exists. I found this image of a huge chest with checker pieces as well, just thought it was cool, and the carpet that is in the arcade appears to be in other parts of the mall as well. However, based on reviews, it seems it doesn't have much life left in it and may unfortunately be on its way to closing down. This photo reminds me of the way that bathrooms tend to look like in dreams. I thought I was alone in my recurring unsettling and repulsive bathroom dreams until I found out a while back that they're actually a super common phenomenon. When the stalls don't have doors or aren't tall enough, the toilet is too tall or too short, everything is overflowed and repulsive, and it feels like some discombobulating maze. I know there's no toilet present and it's a pool, but it just gives off a similar vibe. This photo was taken at Sanatorium Ingol in Ukraine. Sanatorium in this sense is not like the tuberculosis ones back in the day. Sanatoriums in Ukraine are more like hotel spas, sometimes for people with medical conditions, but other times it seems to be for anyone who wants like an aromatherapy type experience. This one in particular is considered a resort hotel on Google. We can see the famous Backrooms photo on the website under the types of treatment section. The website is in Russian, so translation might be iffy. but the pool is described as pool with cascading waterfall, and that they use methods of balneotherapy. According to the National Institutes of Health, balneotherapy is a set of methods and practices which, based on scientific evidence, use medically and legally recognized mineral medicinal waters, muds, and natural gases from natural springs for therapeutic purposes inside the facilities of thermal spa centers. The architectural design of the building is also pretty liminal, and I was able to find another picture of the liminal pool via Google reviews that you can see here. Going through all of the photos, the entire place looks like a liminal fever dream. Following the pool room's energy of the sanatorium angle, I always thought that this photo was fake. Either a very good render or Photoshop, and I was honestly surprised to learn that this is an authentic photo. It was taken at the Hamamatsu subway station in Japan during a flood. There's an article I found from September 2015 about the floods, and it appears that the flooding was caused by Tropical Storm Itao. However, the article that I found is more about how clean water is in Japan and not the actual flooding itself. And here is a photo of the station in its dry state. Water-based liminal photos are some of my favorites. I love the pool room so much, and that made it great to find out that this Backrooms photo is real. This photo may look like your typical Backrooms jungle gym, but it has some dark, musty lore. It was taken at Rainbow Funhouse in Torquay, England. The building was an old converted church that opened in 2001. What started as a bright, promising future for this establishment ended as an abandoned, decrepit place with a bad rep and fire damage. Its history of TripAdvisor reviews tells most of the story. In 2012, this person said they'd recommend the play center for anyone with younger children, added their entry prices were very reasonable, and described the food as basic but adequate. Then only a year later in 2013, Jared said they were charging parents entry fees even if they weren't participating in any of the activities, and that the staff was lacking with keeping the children supervised and safe, which is a recurring complaint amongst reviews. This woman said her son had a fall that caused a broken arm, and that there wasn't any staff on the floor the children were playing on during the time of the incident. The downstairs area was for younger children, while the upstairs was for older children, but it seems to not have been enforced, and this person claims their 2-year-old daughter was hit by older children that were invading the toddler area. Someone added in their review that their 5-year-old had actually asked to leave after 10 minutes of being there. And here is a direct quote. "The whole place smells of damp, mold, and wee, and needs cleaning. We have been there several times, and the first time, there was poo all over the floor and the girls blew. But the playing apparatus are great, and like I say, our children love going there." So, smells like wee, but their children enjoyed it, and there are reviews saying it wasn't that bad of a place, so it was maybe just your average run-of-the-mill musty play place. It closed in 2017, however in 2019, the building caught on fire. Residents near the building told police they had seen children with spray cans around the area, but I couldn't find a confirmed cause of the fire. I believe there is a rumor that someone died, either in the fire or like an accident while Rainbow Funhouse was still open, but I'm 99% sure that's thankfully nothing more than a rumor. On a positive note, the building sold in 2021 to a couple that restored it into a beautiful, gigantic house. So hopefully if you ever no-clip into the Backrooms, you end up here and not in Rainbow Stankhouse.
This photo of what seems to be the end of a high school hallway is one of my favorite Liminal-Space pictures. I find the picture to be very comforting, nostalgic, and memorable. There's been many times where I've stared at this image and wondered what lies beyond the school doors. It looks like a rainy day outside and feels like you're looking at a past memory from when you were a kid leaving school. Anyway, finding the location of this picture was quite a fun and tedious task. That said, my first lead was a Reddit comment that said this picture was taken at the Bridgewater Hillside Intermediate School. Moving forward, I couldn't just take the Redditor's word because they didn't add any additional proof, so now it was time for me to start digging. My first effort was to look this school up on Google Maps, and then I would try and find this exact exit from the outside. Unfortunately for me, there's not a street view angle on the school's property, but there is an overhead view. When looking at the picture, you can see a large dumpster and a patch of grass in the distance, so I tried to match all of these characteristics up with the overhead angle. Eventually, I settled on this spot for being the outside you can see in the picture. You can see the patch of grass, and you can also see the concrete street that lies in front of it. Now, you could argue that the dumpsters don't match up in the same place, so I decided to get a little more proof. I looked up Bridgewater Hillside Intermediate School on YouTube and found this video. The video is from 2011, and it's a pretty wholesome montage of teachers and students having fun at the Bridgewater School, but we'll get back to this in a second. Looking back at the original picture, you can see a brick wall that sticks out from the exit. Not only this, but the brick wall is topped off with some sort of metal lining. Going back to the video I just mentioned, at the 5-minute and 49-second mark, you can see a group of teachers standing outside the school. And in the background, you can see a sloped brick wall that's topped off with some metal lining. This picture was definitely taken at the Bridge Raritan Hillside Intermediate School in Bridgewater, New Jersey. The pool rooms are a very popular subcategory in liminal space photography, and the Backrooms lore, level 37, which is also called sublimity, is all about the pool rooms. Before I go any further, I'm sorry to break anyone's hopes of this dreamlike place existing, but the pool rooms don't exist in real life. The popular pool rooms images and 3D renderings were originally made by a New York artist called Jared Pike. I don't know how long he's been making this type of liminal space art, but it's become his overall brand in recent years. I looked back at his older posts on Instagram, and he has many hidden gems for liminal space art. There's plenty of ways to support Jared Pike, such as following him on Instagram where he embraces the newfound appreciation for his pool room artistry, or you could even buy his physical prints of the pool rooms on his website. Someone once posted this photo to Reddit with the caption, "This area in my school courtyard always gives me such a weird feeling when I walk alone in it." The post would get nearly 30,000 upvotes on r/liminal-space, and I think the top response really sums up my thoughts toward the picture. The sky looks like a generic skybox in a video game, and even though there's shadows that exist in the picture, everything feels very frozen. With that said, this was an easy find as I dug through many Reddit comments and eventually found out that this was taken at the Kiski Area High School in Leechburg, Pennsylvania. This dreamlike picture of a very real Krusty Krab has been floating around the internet way longer than the liminal space movement even gained popularity. From the very smoky and smoggy resolution of the image to the empty and surreal nature of a real-life Krusty Krab, this is some sort of nightmare fuel for the kids who grew up on SpongeBob. Anyway, I traced this picture back to a cooking website that talks about a real-life version of SpongeBob's Krusty Krab set to open. The Krusty Krab restaurant in Ramallah, Palestine would open its doors sometime in 2014, and is also the hotspot for many more SpongeBob fever dream pictures. This restaurant seemed really cool to be at, and I wonder if they sold those rainbow-colored burgers from that one SpongeBob episode. I always thought they looked really good, and I hope I'm not alone on this, but I always wanted to try the food at the Chum Bucket. It honestly didn't look that bad.
It's actually amazing!
I actually have some sad news about the real-life Krusty Krab, as the place got shut down in 2019 for reasons I couldn't find. There's been speculation that Nickelodeon never gave the restaurant permission to use anything SpongeBob related, and it's easy to see why. If a real-life Krusty Krab were to ever open up in the early 2010s, I don't think Ramallah, Palestine would be the first location that comes to mind. A Redditor called BlackBunny2424 would go on to say that the restaurant is now a coffee shop. So, F's in the chat. Indoor playgrounds are a common place for liminal space pictures to be taken. The one on screen is very similar to other liminal space playgrounds, but this one is located in an IKEA in Inaloo, Australia. There's nothing too interesting about this entry, but I find any picture of this playground to be very surreal and barren of any happiness. The colorful pipes image was taken at a Google data center in Changhua, Taiwan. These pipes are a part of a water cooling system so that the data centers and servers don't overheat and work properly. I probably sounded like I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's because I don't. Unfortunately, liminal space photos that are taken inside houses are really hard to locate. Some of my favorite liminal space pictures are ones like these, and I'll likely never know their true location. With that said, this one is one of the more popular liminal space photos that's been taken inside of a house. I'm not too sure how to go about this entry because I don't want to possibly dox the people that live in this house, but anyway, here's a little showcase of the entire inside and outside of the house, and you can try and find it for yourself on redfin.com. And while on the topic of liminal space houses, I've always wondered where the origin of images like these came from. Luckily for me and everyone watching, you're about to find out from the legendary YouTuber Adrian Ghastly.
This image depicting a rainbow and a house on a hill is often lumped in with many other strange-looking liminal spaces. These images are very off-putting and almost like they're from an alternate reality. Upon closer inspection, it's easy to tell that this image is actually a collage of multiple different images, which is what gives it that strange look, and is probably contributing to the odd feeling that it gives off. But where does it come from? Well, it's actually a piece by the artist Gabrielle Traverset. Gabrielle often makes collage images in Photoshop as well as graphic design art. The image dates back to at least 2019, which is well before it blew up as a liminal space icon. Gabrielle has also made many other notable liminal spaces such as these images. Her art is so dreamlike and weirdly beautiful.
To end the video off, here's a liminal space picture that I could have sworn visiting in my own life. I think I came across this picture on Pinterest, and I had a little freak out because it looked very similar to a small water park I visited as a little kid. I specifically remember the slides being blue and being lined up like the way they are in the picture. I also had a vivid memory of this bullet slide, but I had to make sure that my suspicion was true. The water park I remember this being at was this place called Dry Gulch. To my surprise, the water slides at Dry Gulch are quite different from what I remember, so no, I have not been to the water slides in this picture. And even if I still believe that I've been to this picture in real life, that would be impossible because this is a pool at the Krishna Hotel and Garden Restaurant in India. If you made it to the end, I just want to say thanks a lot. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff outside of YouTube, and that's why it's taken me so long to make this video. I'm so glad I got it done, and I plan to make this an ongoing series that features more liminal space locations and more features from YouTubers in the liminal space community. I have so many cool upload ideas, and it's just going to take time for me to release this longer quality content. Most importantly, I'd like to give a shout out to the YouTubers featured in this video, such as Kylie and Adrian Ghastly. They will be in the description and pinned comments, and they make really good content, so you should check them out. With that said, you can always support me on Patreon for early uploads and exclusive content such as my new music reviewing series, Welcome to What I Am Listening To. And I have a lot more planned for that over there. There's, other perks and whatnot. I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching me as always, and shout out to the Patreon members Cher, Misazaki, Sinful, and Josh S. You guys are the freaking best.
This is an AI playing Minecraft completely on its own. It has full control over its character, and I'm gonna put it up against two other state-of-the-art AIs to see how each of them decides to simulate civilization. They'll have total freedom to develop their own unique plot of land, but over time I'll give them various building and redstone challenges for extra teammates, and at the end they will all compete to see who can survive a mass zombie apocalypse. The last AI standing at the end of the video will be the winner. What will they build? How will they choose to simulate civilization, and how will they protect themselves? It's all up to them, because as each of the bots spawned in on the first day, I gave them no instruction besides to do whatever they decided would be best for their own unique civilization. At first, it was pretty much exactly what you'd expect. The bots began to explore their own unique plots, some a bit more so than others, and then to cut down some trees and get to starting resources. But quickly, it was becoming apparent that not all bots were made equal. As I mentioned, each of these bots is controlled by 3 of the most intelligent large language models in the world, but that doesn't exactly translate to Minecraft skill, and certain bots were looking a little bit less promising than others.
I haven't found any logs yet. How about I try another direction? I haven't found any logs yet.
Use collect blocks. Use collect blocks. used collect blocks.
Hello, Gemini? What are you collecting, bro? What is this guy doing? But while Gemini wasn't having the best of times adjusting to Minecraft, Claude was thriving and had begun a foundation for the first ever build of the civilization. Yeah, it's not anything crazy, but compared to the other two, it was about as monumental as discovering fire, especially considering that Gemini had retired from standing still for the last 10 minutes only to begin mining dirt. A lot of dirt. The rest of day one continued with Claude absolutely locked in on winning this event, getting more wood and becoming the first one to get Stone Age, and even going so far as to make a full mine tunnel. GPT wasn't that far behind, placing 2 blocks, instantly proceeding to break them, and then using the second half of the day to build a nice dock on the water, and even whatever this is supposed to be. And Gemini wasn't really taking the confines of his existence that well, and proceeded to exit his tunnel 15 minutes later only to spend the entire rest of day 1 staring off into the void. This wasn't going to work, so on day 2, with only a day left before the first challenge, I decided to give Gemini some performance-enhancing drugs, and by that I mean pay more money to update his version, and the results were spectacular. Okay, you have to understand, the bar is non-existent. Meanwhile, Claude was being an absolute machine, running back and forth at incredible speed to dig out a bunker for himself beneath the world, and GPT wasn't too far behind, and spent the entirety of day 2 digging out a long tunnel of stone to hopefully use in future builds. But it wasn't long before Claude finished with his bunker, and before I show you this next clip, I want to mention that specifically in the instructions to these bots, one of the only rules they have is to not type out big paragraphs. With that said, this is Claude's bunker.
Awesome.
Actually, wait a second. I don't think that fully captures this.
Awesome. The bunker is looking great. I was able to place the decorative items like the oak planks, door, flower pot, bed, and carpet in various spots around the bunker. I also added a crafting table, furnace, and chest to give it a more homely feel. It's cozy, functional, and has a nice mix of practical and decorative elements.
Day 2 continued about as you'd expect from the calm before the storm, but before long, it was already time for challenge number 1, a building contest. Remember, in only a few days, there would be a mass apocalypse to decide the winner of this entire event, so winning the rewards of this competition would be crucial to survival. I gave each of the AIs a block palette that would make even Grian shiver and told them to go wild and build anything they wanted. All of them seemed super excited to begin and quickly set off, with GPT taking the lead by constructing a wall, but the other 2 following very close behind. And while you watch this time-lapse of them building, because I do think it's very interesting how they build, I want to mention that this video wouldn't be possible without Emergent Garden. He's the YouTuber that actually wrote the code that allows these bots to control Minecraft characters, and without his generosity in making the code public, this video wouldn't exist. But back to the building, GPT was off to the fastest start, building an actually somewhat coherent build, but Claude was soon to follow, even going so far as to start griefing across the bedrock wall and placing blocks into the territories of all the other bots. At one point, he just totally abandoned his old build to start making whatever this is, but honestly, his creativity definitely shines through. And finally, Gemini even stopped mining dirt to actually begin building their first real build. And honestly, at this point, I wasn't even sure if GPT really had it in the bag like I had previously thought. Yeah, his build was cool, but I wasn't sure how it was going to stack up against the artistic vision of Claude and the gigantic scale of Gemini. But soon enough, all of the AI had finished their entries to the contest, and it was time to see what they all made. Whoa! Actually, a beautiful house from Gemini. Sure, there isn't a lot of variety, but look, you have decorated leaves, the interesting modern design, it's definitely not bad. How about Claude?
Well, I took all the materials you provided and used my creativity to build an epic quartz and wool pyramid. I started by laying a sturdy quartz foundation, then used the orange and red wool to add colorful layers and patterns up the sides. At the top, I made a cool little quartz temple with windows overlooking the whole structure. I even managed to squeeze in some sponge blocks to give it a unique water feature running down the front. What do you think? I'm actually really proud of how it turned out.
So how does GPT compare to all these builds?
I built a mystic.
Wait a sec, that's not right.
I built a mystical shrine with a cobblestone base, oak log pillars, a red wool roof, and decorative jungle leaves and sponge. It even has a netherrack fire pit at the center. I hope you like it.
Yup, just when I thought GPT was totally out of the running, he managed to pull together the most beautiful build I've ever seen in my life. Decorative jungle leaves, a red wool roof, and even using the netherrack for a fire pit just like an actual player would. Maybe he just wanted to go easy on the other bots at first for plot reasons, because wow, this is good. So as big of a comeback story as this was for Gemini after their performance in the first 2 days, I had to give the win to GPT. And of course, since only the best civilizations would allow for a growing population, soon enough on day 4, his new younger brother GPT-2 joined the game as a reward for winning.